Boris Johnson may struggle to strike new post-Brexit trade deals if the UK is preoccupied on climate action during negotiations. Tony Abbott, the former Australian Prime Minister who now works as an advisor to the UK Board of Trade, told Mr. Johnson to focus on climate initiatives such as the UN Climate Summit, rather than in negotiating trade deals. He added that Australia had been languishing with trade negotiations with China, Japan and South Korea when he became Prime Minister of Australia in 2013. Mr. Abbott said, they'd been languishing largely because particularly under the former government the negotiators had been, dare I say it, a little too preoccupied with labour standards, with environmental standards. All these are important, I don't for a second minimize them, but in the end a trade deal is about trade. Elsewhere, French officials representing President Emmanuel Macron have suggested the shock of a no deal especially on fishing could have an immediate, devastating effect on the industry. They stressed fishing is particularly sensitive in France as nearly 30% of the EU's hexagonal fishing is carried out there. One French diplomat said, the priority for the French is to have the lowest possible impact to keep access to English territorial waters. They added this meant Michel Barnier had to represent the interests of all major EU coastal states, especially France, effectively. But a Whitehall official close to the negotiations told Express.co.uk, we're determined to reach a reasonable deal which respects UK sovereignty, we're not giving in to French demands. EU Commission accounts seen by Express.co.uk also suggest the European fish industry mobilizes around 107,000 jobs in fishing, 80,000 in aquaculture and 100,000 in processing. According to the accounts, this generates £3.3 billion in turnover per year.